Famous for its food, fashion, and revolutions, the French nation is back at it with the third part of our complete French campaign. We're close to 10,000 development, and I have decided to not form the Roman Empire. Instead, we're staying as the French nation till the end of the campaign, getting a few achievements in the process, and playing this out till 1821 to show better why people don't play in the late campaign and how you can fix that mentality, because the late part of the campaign in EU4 is a lot more fun than you can imagine. If you guys enjoyed the content, consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach to 220,000 by the end of May. Why don't people play all the way into the late game for Europa Universalis 4? I'm gonna address this question to you guys watching right now. Why is it that the majority of y'all do not play the game up until very late? When do you start giving up? In the 1600s, 1500s, and why? For me personally, it's just the fact that I get so ridiculously overpowered that there's no more challenge, and I just feel like, what's the point of playing when I can literally just crush anybody at any point whenever I want to, right? That also ties into this particular video that I'm making right now, because as you guys know, this is my France campaign. I plan to play this all the way into the late game, and there's a couple of reasons why. First off, I want to show you guys the late game France content, because out of all the nations that we have in EU4, I believe France has the most late game content, since they have the whole Napoleonic Wars. They have a lot of events revolving around that, around the revolutionary mechanics for your country becoming a revolutionary nation. So I've also decided not to form the Roman Empire, even though I'm super close to doing so. I will get the borders of the Roman Empire, but we're going to stay as the French, and we're going to create a massive colonial empire, which eventually might even lead to a world conquest. Let's see what we decide in the final part of the campaign. I'm also going to use this as a platform to better explain the late game mechanics, better explain the events, how to properly use absolutism to conquer the world, and how to manage a world conquest, more importantly, especially in the late game and such, because we never had the intention of doing a world conquest when we started this campaign, so we played pretty differently than you would in a regular world conquest. So say if you start your game and you decide you want to do a world conquest halfway through the campaign, well, I'm going to show you how to do that, because that's basically the situation we have right now in our particular campaign as France. And I also noticed a lot of people do want me to stay as France, which is also why I'm doing it, right? Oh, actually, I just realized this is my main musketeer army. These guys are so powerful. It is absolutely insane how powerful the musketeers are. I do be loving my musketeers. You got to be careful with these sneaky Ethiopians here. We're at war with them, and I kind of forgot that I'm at war with them. So yeah. Now, we do have a lot of our subjects here helping out, and I'm also going to give a little bit of an idea of what the situation is. We basically have most of the Roman Empire. The Iberian parts we're going to conquer now, because we have cores on all of Iberia for our subject Aragon. That's part of the missions, and it's also the reason why I'm staying as the French for a lot longer, because I want to do all the missions that we have here as France, get all the benefits from these missions, and just go through the flavor itself of doing all these missions here. Our estates looks a little bit like this, but we're close to the 1600s, which means absolutism, so we're gonna have to start getting rid of some of these privileges if we want to have high absolutism. We changed a few of the privileges around, the reforms around, better yet. We went for the decentralized bureaucracy, which lowers minimum autonomy in territories by 5%. That is honestly one of the best reforms you can go for mid to late game. Let's go ahead and transfer all of these provinces to my subject of Aragon. I might need to go into the colonies as well. If I'm not mistaken, they do have some colonies around the New World. This is our current national idea. As religious is going to help us a lot, because we also want to do all of our provinces, convert all of our provinces to our main culture. So that religious is going to give an extra 25% culture conversion cost, and an extra 15% from the cultural unity policy, which is between religious and influence ideas. It's basically why I'm converting everything for very few Diplo points right now. It's going to get even cheaper once we have the adjacency bonus around the rest of the empire. Now, to give a better overview of the rest of the world, we've got a pretty strong Japan in the Asian bits. Ming did not collapse. More unified Bukhara and Chagatai. Kind of funny to see Bukhara form. I usually see this in multiplayers, not so much in single player games. Karakoyunlu is basically our buffer state to the east, and we're going to eventually eat them up. Next target is going to be, of course, Africa. So I'm going to start properly consolidating Africa, so I can get my trade companies going, get the extra merchants, get the income going, and then of course also steal the colonies from the new world nations, basically by fully annexing England, Portugal, and Spain, all of their subjects become my subjects. So conquering the new world is the easiest part of a world conquest, if you ask me. Interesting. Why is the capital of Ethiopia here? They changed their capital to Soba for some reason, and I'm not sure why whatsoever. Maybe they just like Japanese food, eh? Get it? Because soba noodles. So we've done a tiny bit of Carpeticum Sigicum, enough to get the province of Halaib, which I need to get access to Medjugorje, and heck, I'm even gonna go for Assab because I can. A little bit of money, and that's enough. Let's go ahead and piece them out so we can focus on the Portuguese now. The Portuguese do seem to have a ton of provinces around the world, so yeah, we're gonna have to go on a little bit of an adventure to South Africa. Protestants expelled from France. Okay, reform turned to Austria. We lose a little bit of tax, and we change a lot of provinces to Catholic. I am so down for that. Look at this. Look at this. We got rid of all of our Protestants in here. No more Protestant provinces in the south of Italy. I'm obviously targeting right now provinces that are not accepted cultures. So everything that's accepted is going to, for the time being, still be whatever culture they are. But everything else is turning to French, boys. It's all a French land. Oh, schnitzel. I just realized Theodoro still exists. What? These guys are literal survivors, man. That is insane. Of course, we have to go to war with our good ally Bohemia because our other good ally Poland decided they want to be nasty and they want to attack them. This is how alliances are broken, sadly, guys. This is literally how you lose alliances for no good reason. The other hand, though, it's probably best if we crush Bohemia. They have been pretty aggressive. I don't like aggressive nations in my areas, okay? I want to be the only nice guy here. I'm not aggressive, okay? That's not what I meant by that. But you know what? I can do my peace deal with the Portuguese now. So let's go for this. We're taking a few provinces here. Oh no, Flanders turned reformed. That's an easy kill for me. I've had my eyes on Flanders for a while since they've got provinces we need within our main English Channel node. Okay, we basically pieced out a little bit early from the Bohemian War, but that's fine because we really need to integrate these three subjects in North Africa. Once these are gone, we have 3 extra diplo relation slots, so we can make 3 new subjects. There's so many nations that would love to diplomatically be our subject. That is crazy. Basically, all of the ex-HRE nations want to become our subjects right now. Look at this. I'll just randomly click any of them. These guys, see? They want to be our subjects if we just improve relations with them a little bit more. How about these guys? See, they also want to be our subjects. Everybody wants to be our subject. We might as well fill up those slots with diplo subjects if we can, right? Also going to cancel the increased levies privilege for the nobility. It does mean we lose a little bit of manpower, max manpower cap, but it's fine because we want to seize the rest of the nobility's crown lands because we want to go up to 100% crown lands for one of our missions, and because we're going into the age of absolutism. I just realized I'm losing 23 diplo points a month. That is crazy. That is actually freaking crazy. I hope I don't mess this up, and I hope I have enough time to actually integrate all of these subjects. Hey, we can get a new rival now too, Bohemia. Beautiful. And there you go. We got Padua, so now it's only minus 12 a month. Well, we should be fine in a month because then we only have 1 nation left, Ferrara, to integrate. And we also got over 50 loyalty with the burgher, so now we can start seizing more crown lands again. Beautiful. We also now have the Mauritian infantry, way better than the previous soldiers we had, so we can begin the next war. Before we do begin the next war, which nation should I ally? Because who I ally is basically who I'm going to be making into a subject afterwards. Quite literally, every single one of the HRE nations want to become my subjects right now. The Great Horde wants to become my subject. What the hell? They exist? Oh, they do exist. They've got like, oh my god, they have a lot of cores. You know what? Why not? Let's make the Great Horde our diplo subject. I mean, we're just trying to go for a historical gameplay, right? We're going to do the same with Strasbourg simply because Alsace-Lorraine, eh? No, really, that's pretty much why. This might be a little bit of a bigger war because it's not just the Spaniards involved. We also have nations such as Genoa and Geneva, all the G-sounding nations, Geneva, Genoa, Brabant, all the G-sounding nations, okay? All of them. And Venice too, also a G-sounding nation, of course. Gone are the days when the Venetians actually ruled the waves. It is not them, it is us who rules the waves now. Oh shit, Ragusa's in this. I didn't even realize. Well, that's an easy war right there. Basically free land. Literally free land, actually. Oh, and Poland wants to join in. Yeah, sure, why not? Wait, why is Trier in this? Oh my god, how many nations are in this war? Wait, no. 3 years? Oh, that's Genoa. They have the exact same flag. Look at this. What's the difference between this? You cannot even tell. I don't want to make you guys jealous, but I just got Kozonak. Oh, that is delicious. Oh my god. I freaking love Easter just because of this one thing, I swear. You know, this war makes me realize one very important thing. I need to get more ships. My fleet died to the Venetian fleet. Not even the Spanish one. They died to the Venetian one, bro. That is pathetic. That is actually pathetic. Not like I don't have freaking money. I should just build a ton of heavy ships, for Christ's sake. Let's get like, I don't know, this many heavy ships. Yeah, you see that? I'm a bit of an influencer myself, okay? Because I influence nations. That's what influencer means. We're also going to be scornfully insulting nations, so we get above 190 relations with the Great Hur. Yoink! My Horde and yoink, my Strasbourg. Now for Geneva, boys, we're going to be asking them to return back to the true faith. There you go. Hopefully they also convert that little center of reformation they got in Amrach, so we don't need to worry about it anymore. We're going to take a few provinces from Genoa just because I want to. We're going to basically keep them as the city of Genoa. That's it. That's literally the entirety of Genoa. It's just the city of Genoa now. We got all the provinces they got in the Mediterranean. As for the Spaniards, I'm actually not going to take the war target Cuenca because I just realized I would much rather cuck them, as in prevent them from having provinces outside of my areas. So they're gonna have no coastline. I'm taking their islands. I'm taking their holdings in Africa. So yeah, Spain, good luck with reaching your colonies, brother. Good luck with it. They're officially the Spanish reservation, guys. That's what we got here. Oh, here we go again. Another dogshit heir that we have to disinherit, boys. Know that I just came out of a war, but I feel like I can definitely take on the English. They don't really have many units on the actual English mainlands here. Most of their armies are probably still somewhere in North America, bullying the natives. Also, what the shit? They've basically got half of North America by 1591. That is insane. That is really fast. Plan did not work, guys. Spain does have more islands around. They got a few footholds in South Africa as well that I could not reach. So I guess in the next war, we're going to be committing the Spanio-Cuccus. You know what would be really funny to get from the English in this war? Florida. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking Florida from the English so I can make another colony, and as such, it has more than 10 provinces so we can get another merchant. And I'm taking the northern parts of England, actually. I'm not taking the good stuff in the south. I'm taking the rest of it. Another reason why I took this is because now we border the Chickasaw Federation and we're close to Hasinai. So if we really wanted to, we could push for a couple of colonial wars and get a big chunk of the New World already. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you our new colony, Le Baguette. Why must you do this to me? What is going on with these heirs? Like, come on, just give me a good one. This is a great opportunity for me to attack Astrakhan and Theodoro because Russia's not joining in. So let's go ahead for that. We need to take those cores back for our subjects. How is this even worse? Seriously, man, how is this? I want to get the other guy back now. See, guys, most of the times when I record videos, I don't leave in the amount of times I disinherit heirs and a lot of the bad shit that happens in my runs. But from now on, I'm gonna do so because I've seen people be like, Ludi, how come you never get this? I get it a fuck ton, okay? I just don't leave it in the final edits. But now you're gonna see all my pain. Are you ready for that? Ooh, 8 Diplo points to convert provinces to my culture. I am in love. Jesus, even the carnal sins heirs are horrible, man. Come on. 245. My leader's 41 now. No, I want something better than that. Come on. 302 now. No. I'm getting the feeling that I might not have an ally in Russia after this peace deal because they're gonna be like, yo, we want all your provinces, Ludi. We want every single one of them. That's why I've been currying favors with them. They're at war. Well, that's unfortunate. I would like to get at least this province back from them, if not more provinces, before they cancel the alliance with me. I am not making this shit up. It is actually insane the amount of RNG that I get. I got no words. I got no words left. And now these people change their capital back to Gondor. Like, why was it in Soba? Why is it in Gondor? No, so many questions, Ethiopia. So many questions. Oh, baby. 666 heir. Totally did not need to murder like 9 kids to get this. I did not. She's 13. We are so disinheriting in 2 years. It is crazy. I mean, I'm not disinheriting. I mean, abdicating. I said I jinxed it. I fucking jinxed it. Nope. She's gonna die now. I'm gonna go accidentally hunting some deer and she's gonna die. I feel it. I just feel it now. Hey, global trade. We got it. We got global trade. Well, that makes sense as we have the best trade node in the world. It also means we now can again claim the title of Defender of the Faith. For the time being, once our heir, well, no, we're not going to just heir this one, never mind. Now we're going to stay the defender of the faith forever. We're not going to lose prestige anymore. I'm expecting a lot of birds to be coming around my particular save game. We also just unlocked the ability to get universities, so we're going to be building a few universities around France. We're going to make France the most educated part of the world by far. Oh my god, Poland, you need to stop calling me in your stupid wars. Okay, both me and Russia are at peace now, so let's see what exactly we can return back from them. 9 favors for this province, that's really good, and I think we can take Saratov as well. Wait, Hausa, that's a formidable nation, isn't it? So I think Benin or whoever it was here actually formed Hausa. In fact, I'm kind of proud of what's happening in West Africa. We have one massive nation, Songhai, pretty much has unified West Africa, actually being a contender here. They even managed to field up to 50,000 units. But more importantly, it's just going to make it easier for me to wipe out all the freaking Songhaians. Instead of having to fight a million little Schnitzeldorf, I got to fight only one. We're the bad guys. We're totally the bad guys. All right, we're going to take the coastline here and cancel cores just because I want to. And that's it. There you go. Beautiful. So I'm taking this because this is within the Ivory Coast trade node. So we want to have all the Ivory Coast trade node provinces, convert them to our religion, and then we make a trade company out of all of these provinces. The truce is once more over with Spain. So let's go ahead and attack them. I actually didn't time this properly. I forgot to bring my units by the border with them because I forgot the truce is about to get over with them. I was literally about to attack the Austrians, and then I realized, wait a second, isn't the truce about to finish with Spain? And yes, apparently it was. Oh wow, okay, I think Spain has actually smartened up. They've actually built 3 new fortifications, level 4 ones, not even shit ones, and they've also had all of their army sitting here when the war started. So the AI realized it is in danger. It definitely realized. I mean, look at this. We have a little bit of a semblance of an actual fight on our hands now, which has been a while since that happened. So yeah, I'm glad to see that. I'm actually losing a battle. Oh my god, I'm so happy I actually get to fight an actual war and not just ruffle stomp these people. Something that is pretty stupid though is that they still haven't built an actual fortification on their capital, which some would say is the most important place to build a fortification in. Oh dude, they've got colonizers increasing the development in these provinces. Oh, that's not good. That's actually not good. We don't want this. They've improved this 15 times already? Come on. Actually, when I set the colonizers to improve provinces, they improve like once every 20 freaking years. But Castile, apparently, they improve like crazy. Oh no, our leader has died and we got the amazing 666 heir. Such a sad day, guys. Totally sad. And we also inherited Milan because we had like a 30%, 40% chance of inheriting. So that's not a surprise. I've also been positioning my troops around the Songhaians here because it's time we teach them a lesson. Far too long have the people of Songhai sucked up our social security. Not sure what they did suck, but they did suck up something for sure. Otherwise, why would I be so mad at them? I wouldn't just randomly be mad at a nation for no reason, okay? That's not like me. But I'm mad. I'm very mad. I don't want to take enough provinces to get a foothold in both of these trade nodes here. Both of them, I say. I'm actually thinking to take like this, basically around the Sahara, and then also, if I can, connect my provinces in the Ivory Coast. Yeah, that would be really ideal like this. Some would say, Ludi, you're a horrible person for cutting them up in half. They would do the same if they were in my shoes, okay? They would. Little by little, I am chomping away at the Spanish mainland here. And I know what you're thinking, Ludi, chomping is not a word. Well, I'll have you know, sir, chomping is totally a word. I did not just invent that, okay? Who would do such a thing? Invent words. I mean, come on. That's not how stuff works, buddy boy. Yes, we did steal another one of Spain's provinces outside of mainland Spain. I should have taken more, but I just didn't have the coring range for it. So I'm slowly taking one by one to reach Asia as well. Absolutism is here. We're going to be harsh treating everyone, so we increase our absolutism. We're up to 8 now, but we can get a lot more, and we can cancel some more privileges too, like this one. And heck, I'm even going to be canceling the strong duchies. We don't need it for now. We have enough diplo relation slots. Now, you might be noticing that I'm not able to take as much lands as I was able to take before. That's because the previous age also had war score costs versus other religions as one of the bonuses, which we lost now. So until we get back our absolutism to 55 and above, we're going to be taking less than we were able to take before, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's go for this particular peace deal. Is fine to me. And there you go. French North Africa, the rightful owners of North Africa, clearly. Just don't ask the North Africans. Finally, we are in a war against Ethiopia where they are co-belligerated, so we can take a a buttload of lands from them. Actually thinking of connecting my African holdings through this particular strait, so in the next war after we attack Yawo, we basically can go from one side of Africa to the other without being restricted by anything. So that might be the peace deal for me. It only took us carpet sieging the entirety of Ethiopia for them to actually give up, but we did manage to do so. So now we can enforce our peace deal and focus on Yemen next, so we can peace out the Portuguese last. Oh my god, I can take the entirety of the city of Sarai and move it to my capital. What? That's actually crazy. So this gives envoy travel time minus 25% globally, and in the own region it will give friendly movement speed. I mean, it's not going to make a difference in Den Haag, but I'm just going to take it because I can. I like the fact that you can take that. That is genuinely the most English thing I've ever seen. So now we don't have this monument over here anymore. This monument is now in our capital. The city of Sarai, the entirety of the city of Sarai is in the Netherlands. As for the Portuguese, I managed to reach Asia because of the Portuguese. I'm not only taking all the provinces that they have left in the Iberian Peninsula, but I'm taking my first Asian possession. So that means we're eventually going to be able to properly expand into Asia. What is going on? Personal union, succession war between Russia and Poland on monarch death. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're basically what? We're 29. We're young as a Schnitzeldorf, okay? We're really young. That's not going to be an issue. Now, speaking of issues, let's go back to Russia because we want to use the rest of our favors before we cancel that eventually alliance. Bro, come on. Again with the trash heirs? Really, really? Louis. Brother, Louis. Stop looking out the window. Here's an interesting question. Why are there 15 Polish hussars in Haiti? That's just strange to me. Also, the natives have absolutely destroyed my colony, so it's time to take back what's rightfully ours and crush these scum. Oh my god, dude. This fortification went from 71% to 64%. It literally went down, bro. How? Why are you going down? Oh my god. How are you doing this? How? This fortification in Naflat is made out of freaking vibranium, bro. They have vibranium walls in the New World, I am telling you. Now, remember when I said everything that's rightfully ours? Well, what I really meant was everything. Just give me everything. That's it. End of story. I want all of the Floridas, okay? This is all rightful baguette land. By the way, guys, I'm annexing a nation as massive as Byzantium in 2 freaking years. That's right. Wondering why? It's because we currently have 65% Diplo annexation cost reduction, which is just the most beautiful thing imaginable. I'm not even doing a full Diplo annexation modifier stacking, and it's still so freaking cheap. If you watch my Spain campaign, we managed to get it up to 95% Diplo annexation cost reduction, which basically means you pretty much instantly annex anything. And now with the extra 2 Diplo reputation, it's even faster to annex them. It's going to be done in February of 1622. Holy Schnitzeldorf. Let's go ahead and get the last province also from the Russians in case they want to attack us or whatever. They want to cancel the alliance. We're Gucci now. We managed to get a big chunk of land without even having to fight them. Seeing as we're integrating Byzantium, we need new subjects to have, and I found the best one. The Palatinate was reduced to a 1 province minor, and they have 3 provinces we can take from the Austrians. These are fairly high development Austrian provinces too. And actually, I just realized we would have 1 more Diplo relation slots after we integrate Byzantium, so we can get 1 more subject. Well, would you look at that? Scandinavia just formed. The real bad guys of this campaign, obviously. Oh, Mamluks? No, I can't let you do that. I'm sorry, Karakoyunlu. No. We cannot let you bully around the Mamluks. They are rightful Ottoman clay. I mean, French clay. I'm not playing as the Ottomans, I swear. And whilst in the Karakoyunlu war, we can continue with the slow but sure conquest of Spain. It's gonna take a few more wars before we properly fully take out everything we want from the Spanish, so might as well just eat at them every time we can, right? Oh, now we're talking, baby. Province war score cost minus 20%. That means we actually could probably take all of these provinces in 1 war if we increased our absolutism a little bit more. When did Fars get this color? Oh, okay, hold on a second here. I'm pretty sure Fars was not this color before. When did this happen? The amount of nations we're at war with is starting to increase, so I'm gonna try and piece out some of these bad boys. Fars is gonna get out of this war fairly unscathed, but that's not gonna be the case for Karakoyunlu. We're taking the northern bit, so we have a nice border by the Caucasus. We're taking all of their Arabian possessions because, well, we just want to take all of Arabia for strategic Arabian having reasons, which are real strategic reasons, okay? Remember how I said that late game France has a lot of unique events? This is one of them. The Académie Française gives admin tech cost minus 2.5 till the end of the game. That's actually pretty huge for just 2,000 ducats, if you ask me. Wow, okay. British colonialism has to stop, okay? We're gonna have to put an end to this. This is just not okay, Britain. You need to stop taking lands that doesn't belong to you, okay? It's not good doing that. People want their freedom. Speaking of, let's make sure we have more French people. French people don't want freedom. French people just want to get taxed more. Yeah, that's right. I'm raising the taxes again. Role-playing proper French gameplay here, okay? Go ahead and carpet siege Africans. Again, proper historical French gameplay. Looks like the Mamelukes really don't want to exist anymore. They even unconditionally surrendered to me, which is my way of saying welcome to France. Ignore the fact that we got 148 overextension. That's just part of the gameplay of spreading freedom and joy to the world. Okay, I feel like this is not bad. Yeah, this is okay. Let's go for this, and we're gonna take the last 4 provinces in the next war against them. These scumbags are actually very disloyal. I'm actually surprised by how disloyal they are. They got 1,000 development almost. Holy mother, once they get these 4 provinces, they will have 1,000 development. Curious how easy it is or hard it is to annex them. That would be roughly 13 years to annex them. That is insane. Still cheap, but still insane. Seeing as we have the Holy City here, we do get an extra missionary, which is good because we lost the previous one to the smelly Spaniards, which for some reason managed to get Defender of the Faith before us again. Now, boys, I'm going to teach you all a little bit of a trick, right? So we need to get as much absolutism as possible. Easiest way to do that is get this particular age ability, harsh treatment reduction in cost, and then we just get a lot of rebels by having a lot of overextension, as is the case in our particular situation here. And then that means we're going to get a lot of these rebels popping up quick, so we can just use the harsh treatment once they reach 30% to lower their progress, and as such we also get 1 absolutism every single time we lower that. So check it out, we already went up to 48. We're gonna max out our absolutism in a few seconds here by simply harsh treating these rebels, because we do have an absolute buttload of them. I'm also basically attempting to clean up this particular area of the map. If we manage to get all of the West African realms, which is fairly easy to conquer right now under our control, we just leave 1 army to deal with the separatist rebels for the next few years, and then we're golden. We don't need to go back to this particular area of the map at all. We can focus on other parts of the map for the rest of the campaign. Yes, I am a little bit overextended, but it's not the end of the world, and it's also super cheap to core these provinces. On average, it's like 5 to 20 admin to core, which is really nothing. This is, after all, very low development land overall compared to other parts of the world. This, however, is the downside of being overextended. We get events like these that can really bite us in the ass. Now, once we have above 50 absolutism and we also have unrest at least 1, we will start firing up the court and country disaster. We want this disaster because it will increase our max absolutism by 20% once we navigate this disaster. So this is crucial for whenever you're doing your world conquest. You want this disaster to trigger. I know it sounds weird. It's like one of the only times when you actually want a disaster to trigger. Some other things you guys don't see is me fighting rebels. Like, I've literally been fighting rebels for the past 5 minutes continuously. I've probably had like 30 plus rebel groups spawn. I just easily wipe them out because I've got troops all around, especially in areas which have high separatism that I know are going to spawn rebels. Quite literally, I just murdered some rebels in the south. Now another group just spawned into Katsina, for example. The thing is, though, it is required. We really need to get that unrest high. So for us to get the unrest high, the only way right now for me to do it is to just get a lot of overextension. That's kind of why, until I at least fire the court and country disaster, I need to have a lot of provinces that I'm coring and be overextended as schnapps. Oh, we got rebels in the province of Gabu. All right, fine. I literally just said that because I wanted to say the name. Are you happy now? I like me the province of Gabu. All right, and 1 more war, and then we have all the English provinces we're ever gonna need. Right now, the English have more provinces in Africa than they have in actual British Isles. Okay, I think we now can also do Dismantle the Empire mission, because we've got the provinces of Klebs, Aachen, and Frankfurt, which is now officially our subject, so we can start improving with them after this. That means we have the Iron Crown trait for Adelaide de Valois. Iron Crown trait is where? Okay, seriously, where's my crown? I feel scammed. I'm assuming you do not get the Iron Crown trait if she already has 3 traits given out. That is so unfortunate, it's crazy. Since we're also the Pope now, we can call for a crusade. I'm going to call for a crusade against Karakoyunlu that I plan on attacking in a few moments. And I'm going to be attacking the Bohemians because I do need to keep on being at war. If we're at peace for whatever reason, it means that we're not playing this properly. We need to have overextension high to keep this event from not stopping, basically, this disaster from not stopping in essence. And I also definitely want to take all of the provinces in Hungary from Bohemia, so that means we have to attack Bohemia, obviously. I guess I can also take Telia, since Telia still exists in 1635, which is crazy to think about. I swear, this nation is the most survival nation out of all of them. The world might be burning to the ground, Telia is still gonna be there, guys. Wait a second, Bohemia fully annexed Brandenburg? Oh, now I'm mad. Yeah. So my event stopped because I did not have at least one unrest and I was not at war. Gotta remember to always be at war until this freaking event finishes. Schnitzel, man. I was so close to triggering it as well. I mean, disaster. I keep calling it event, but it's a disaster. Other easy way to increase your absolutism is to also stab up, strengthen government, and even easier is to just lower autonomy. So whenever you're at peace and you've got provinces with high autonomy, lowering autonomy will give you a ton of absolutism. Every time I see the province of Salamanca, I think of Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Can I say, I'm a simple man, okay? I'm a simple man. Oh, Songhai is about to take the English provinces. That is just the ultimate kick. Wait, my subject has 125 so that is crazy, brother. That's the second biggest army in the world belonging to my subject, man. All right, now that we got the provinces from the Austrians, we can also start integrating the Palatinate when we're at peace. Yes, in the next war, we just need to take the holdings that the Spaniards used to have in Italy. But the bright side is that now we can start incorporating Aragon, the most ambitious incorporation we've ever done. It's gonna take 11 years and use up 11 Diplo power. That is nasty. That is really nasty, but it has to be done. I mean, we could technically just concentrate development in some of these provinces. That should help quite a bit. Spain, on the other hand, has changed their capital now to the New World, so they're gonna start getting directly owned provinces around the California. Spain has essentially become California, to put it out there. They've literally become California. And also the English own most of North America. I didn't pay attention to the baguette for 5 seconds and the baguette again died to another Native American nation. For Christ's sake, man. Baguette, you need to get your schnitzel together, bro. You really do. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring my armies here. Guess I can also incorporate Palatinate at the same time that I'm incorporating the Aragonese. Also, guys, a very underrated monument is the Sankori Madrasara. This one gives minus 10% tech cost globally with no prerequisites for this, as well as institution spread, clergy loyalty, plus 15%. So it's actually pretty good as a monument. Definitely worth upgrading to max as soon as you possibly can. There you go. We already got the tech cost and a little bit of institution spread. We're making quite decent money right now. We're up to 800 total income. But I guess after I make full states out of most of my supercontinent, it's going to be significantly more than that. Right now, these are the actual states. I'm going to basically make Italy, France, Spain, and England or the British Isles as my full states. Everything else either half states or just trade companies depending on the region. Another cool thing about the Age of Absolutism is that the French have a unique ability that increased the max effect of absolutism by 30%, which is huge because it means we can grab significantly more lands as the French. And it's also another reason why I'm staying as the French and not forming the Roman Empire right now. Greek separatism. The Greeks get a lot of cores, and apparently one of my provinces just became Greek as well. The province of Castoria turned back to Greek culture. Very interesting. Oh, there's a bit of a conflict between French and Greek cultures in the Balkans apparently for now. That's all gonna be French in a few moments. Absolute GG, Songhai. It was a pleasure knowing you, but now you're back to being French as you were never before. Oh my god, we're only at 92 overextension. What do I need to do to get more overextension? Do I need to be even more aggressive? Seeing as we pretty much pacified this whole area, I'm just gonna leave one army assigned to crush the rebels whenever they spawn, and whenever the truce is over with the English, we're gonna grab the last parts of West Africa. I think I'm gonna prioritize that over London even, since I need this area under control. Another really underrated monument is this one here, since it offers global trade power, trade efficiency, and caravan power, and quite a lot of it too. So you really can make a massive amount of money if you scale and you add these modifiers up together. Man of my word, I'm only taking the provinces they have in Africa for now. We'll handle the actual English provinces in the next war. We just annexed Aragon, and this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Holy schnitzel, that's amazing. Okay, now we gotta decide how many of these provinces we're gonna make into full cores. Eventually, we want to make all of them into full cores, where we got to steadily do it. We cannot just do it all at the same time instantly. Oh, and now that we have Aragon, we're going to focus everything on upgrading this particular fort to maximum, because this is going to give us an extra 15 war score versus other religions, and pretty much everyone we're fighting is not Catholic, right? So that's basically about everyone around, with a few exceptions. Oh, boys. We just got access to the furnaces, but we don't have any coal right now, sadly. All right, we can do our next peace deal. This time, it's going to be for some provinces in Mexico, so we can establish a Mexican colony alongside, of course, the last remnants of Spanish claims in Italy. Oh, this is beautiful. The French Signoria of Genoa turns all the provinces in Genoa to Francienne. So we didn't even need to use our own diplo points to convert these provinces to our own culture. Now we're properly getting back into it, boys. We're up to freaking 223 overextension, because why the schnitzel not? We also managed to get quite a few provinces within the German area, so now we got culture conversion cost minus 20%, overextension impact reduction, separatism years reduction. So we just need 2 more provinces from the Swiss, and then we can do the third mission, which will lead to the final mission whenever we have 50 provinces within North and South Germany that also have our culture. So we have to culturally convert 50 provinces to Francienne within Germany. Okay, this is just crazy. I'm paying literally 3 diplo points to convert provinces to my culture. Holy schnitzel, man. You guys want me to show you the culture map mode? Just tell me in the comment if you let me know if you want to see the culture map mode, boy. Whenever there's wars in the HRE and nations get released, it's good to keep an eye out for that, because like I managed to get a few diplomatic vassals now. For example, I got Brunswick, which has how much development? 28, 23, 24. That's like 80 development that I got doing a few clicks. I diplomatically vassalized them. Same for Dortmund, and the same thing we're gonna do here for Magdeburg in a few seconds. These are nations that got released out of, what was it, out of Munster or something like that, and they're just basically free provinces for me, because they are within the amount of diplomatic relations that we still have. French Mexico? No, sir. That is the brave nation of Croissant. Should have called it Le Croissant, shouldn't I? Of course, we're going to be attacking Hassinai next whenever the Spaniards are done with them, unless they fully annex them, of course. In the meanwhile, we can also do a quick cheeky war against the free-for-all nation of Britain. The fact that I let them keep the capital in London is just the biggest kick ever, because in essence, just free war score for me right now. So I'm able to just rinse and repeat this particular war for these 3 provinces and just take everything around the world. Let them only keep these 3 provinces until I'm actually ready to fully annex them. Ooh, another big batch of stuff culturally converted to us. Let's look at the map. Oh, that is just amazing. We even started converting provinces in the extremely diverse West African area, which is eventually going to be fully French, obviously. First, you probably heard about taxation without representation. Well, now we have giving away land without asking. The 13 colonies were like, yo, we're going to be destroying La Baguette. But no, La Baguette took everything you got because we managed to get the city of London. Because that's how things work, okay, buddy boy? Now, guys, if you're doing world conquest, you really want to add court ideas to your national ideas. Not because of the ideas that court ideas offers, but because of the policies. Because check it out, we get court creation cost minus 5% from mixing in admin with court, and we also get war score versus other religions minus 5% from mixing in religious ideas with court ideas. So as a late game world conquest national idea, court fits pretty well as the 6th slot. Seeing as we're gonna have to convert all these provinces to our culture, we're gonna be lowering the base tax here, so it's a little bit cheaper to convert these to our culture afterwards. We also can upgrade all of our courthouses to town halls, so that's gonna give us around 1,000 governing capacity back, which means that we can make a lot more full states now in Western Europe. Oh, we can get economic hegemon. Oh, that's huge. Governing capacity plus 20, but more importantly, autonomy minimum in territories means we're gonna be insanely rich and powerful afterwards. Fuck it, boys. We're proclaiming the economic hegemony since we've got 1,000 total income already. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the newest season of Black Mirror is out. I don't know if you guys watch the series. I watch it. I like it, and it's fun. I'm actually watching it as I'm recording this. What I'm trying to say is, I recommend it, guys. I really recommend it. And someone explained to me how Portugal, with literally only the southern African parts, manages to field 90,000 soldiers. They got a couple of colonies, all of which are very, very small, and just this. And they managed to field that many troops. That just makes no sense to me. Where's the development here? It's not even high development. Oh, they actually got the entirety of Australia and New Zealand. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. Hold on a second. Did we just destroy the Doge's palace and we got one diplo relations and reform progress growth? Brother, I literally just finished upgrading the Doge's palace to level 3. This is bad. I just lost a very important thing. Well, at least we got the Golden March now, which gives Monarch military skill +1. And we're also going to get 5% governing capacity once we get the rest of the Papal States lands. Oh, this is actually beautiful. I'm taking a lot of provinces around the world that the Portuguese took, which is going to help me massively conquering more lands around the world as consequence, right? I feel like this is a fair deal. So this way we get access to Kilwa that we can attack afterwards. We also get access to the Sumatran parts, the Philippine parts, and we made Portugal basically significantly smaller. So after the next war, we're going to inherit all of their subjects in the New World. Oh, we also can start building the Suez Canal. This really is going to come in handy because the reality is it is painful going from Asia to Europe through around the entirety of Africa. If we get the Suez Canal, that's going to cut our trips short by a ton. Oh no, we have New Providence. The Pirates of the Caribbean are literally here, and now we've reached the point where we're basically making 1,000 ducats a month. I don't even know what to do with the money. I've built a lot of stuff. I just don't even know what to do with it anymore. We're also really close to 1 million max manpower for that matter too. The snowball is absolutely crazy, even if you stay as France and you don't form the Roman Empire. In fact, I'd say it's probably even better like this if you think about it. I also want to continue doing a lot of my missions, and for one of them I need to have 20% of my ships as heavies. I got like 400 ships. 20% of my ships heavies means like 80 heavies. That is a fuck ton of heavies. We also got 90 absolutism, so that means we got until the end of the game overextension impact reduced by 10%, and for 20 years admin efficiency plus 5%, so we're going to take advantage of that. We can actually get 6 more absolutism, so we really can expand like crazy now. We have 62% admin efficiency. That's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and make a brand new template with 50 heavy ships because we really do need a lot of heavies. I'm gonna actually build 50 heavies. Hopefully that's enough for the mission. Let's see. So in the meanwhile, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be attacking Congo, which is allied to Kitara. That's the unified nation, one of the most unique nations you can form in the game. So this one more should be enough to basically get control over most of the Congo, and not only but the Great Lakes area too. So that's an extra 2 trade companies we can establish afterwards. Speaking of trade companies, let's start by making all of these areas a part of a trade company. So we're gonna go to the Ivory Coast trade node, and we're gonna click this button since all the provinces in this trade node are already Catholic, and that's gonna give us a trade company, which should also in turn give us a merchant because it is more than 50% trade power. We're gonna use this bad boy here to transfer over to our node from the Ivory Coast rather than have this all forwarded to the Caribbean. There you go. That's an extra 50 ducats we transfer towards the English Channel. So now we're making 765 ducats from this node alone, which is absolutely crazy. Continue to build more barracks. I'm up to 1 million manpower, but I want to get more. I never have enough of soldiers, can you now? Make sure we co-belligerate Kitara, and let's Gucci Strombolucci. Let's make sure we have leaders as well for this army. One of you guys also said in one of the comments I saw earlier that I look a little bit sick, and am I okay? Reality is, guys, I do have pneumonia. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, but I do have pneumonia. It's just started actually, so I'm working on making myself feel a little bit better. Hey, look at that. We also just unlocked Imperialism CB, so if I waited for literally one day, I could have Could have went for that CB, but it's fine. We're using the Deusfold CB, which is basically the same like imperialism. Yeah, speaking of pneumonia, that's like the second bad thing that happened to me in Romania. So I just arrived in Romania like beginning of this month, and my car got screwed over in the parking lot. So somebody crashed into my car, didn't leave a note, nothing of the sorts. That happened. First thing that happened when I came here. Second thing, I got pneumonia. And yeah, lots of other little things as well. It's great to be back home. Great to be back home for sure. And if you're talking about the stuff on my face, that's a different disease. Not much I can do about that one, unfortunately. But yeah, rest assured, guys, I'll be fine. I'll be okay, don't worry. I'm a big boy, I can take care of myself. Do apologize about the camera being the way it is, unfortunately, until I get back home in Japan. There's not much I can do about this particular camera. It's because of the lighting in the room too is really horrible. You guys want to see the cultural map mode? Check it out. Almost everything is already Francian, which is absolutely delicious. Let's go ahead and convert even more provinces to Francian, shall we? Not gonna lie, I'm actually having a ton of fun with this campaign. I might even do this as a world conquest, because we still have a lot of time. We have 120 years. I can probably finish the world conquest by 1750 if I push for it even. Now, speaking of, we do need more units, so let's go ahead and recruit some more soldiers, shall we? We haven't even gotten that many musketeers. We can have up to 123 musketeers, which is a lot more than we currently have. I'm actually gonna have to restructure my armies. I don't think I have enough artillery pieces right now as it stands. I do need a lot more. You know what? I'm also kind of lazy to just divide with the cavalry. Even though cavalry is worth having in your armies, just because of comfort, I'm just gonna disband my cavalry units and just have artillery and infantry only, just so it's easier for me to split up my units and divide my units before going into combat and such. And I'm also going to be making 150 more light ships, because we need to assign some light ships over in this particular trade node. That way we can start sucking up a buttload of trade from Fars and filter it all the way into our main nodes afterwards. And with the heavy ships finished building, we now have a fraction that is equivalent to us getting the Port of Calais mission done, which also leads to the Old Alliance, where basically we upgrade the monument at Edinburgh by 1 level. London calling, we need to have all the provinces in London, which is very easy. We literally just have to attack these bad boys. So Tacius Maximus, assign a proper general, because that looks like an absolute chat of a general that they got there. A 5621, what the it's Oliver Cromwell! Oh my god, that's the famous revolutionary. Republican protector of the British people, kinda. Well, Oliver, you better not fail your English peeps, eh? Looks a little bit like you did fail them, though. You're a failure, Oliver. You're an absolute failure. You should be ashamed of yourself, okay? Ashamed, I say. Oh god. Oh no, the English. The English are screwing me in the New World. I forgot that they have a massive New World empire. There you go. No more English troopers for you. Go ahead and assault this as well, or at least barrage it. Once we have London, we should be able to get quite a big chunk of the New World. But the question is, do I want the New World or do I just want to get London? So what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to be changing one of my admin policies. I'm going to remove the diplomatic annexation cost one, because I'm not annexing anyone diplomatically right now. I will give it back whenever I am starting to annex anyone. And I might use the war score versus other religions if I need it. So say if I'm in a war and they got way more provinces than I can actually conquer, then giving this particular policy out will allow me to conquer 5% more of their provinces. And similarly, I'm going to cancel this policy at least until I start annexing nations again. Also, what you might not be seeing is that I'm literally building every single thing imaginable everywhere. I mean, I'm literally building at all times. Check out my building queue. I don't even want to turn it on because it's just massive. Look at the amount of stuff I'm building right now. This is just insane. We're turning that off. I don't want to have that. All right, we got London. Let's also destroy their fleet, shall we? So I know their fleet's gonna be like, yo, I want to run away, but you cannot run away, okay? You cannot. That's the harsh reality, sir. Oh, actually, I just realized if we fully annex the English, what happens is their colonies become our colonies. Didn't I just say that earlier in the video? I think I did. My colony Baguette has declared like 5-6 wars against natives and lost every single one of them. That sucks because I cannot enforce peace if my colony is the one that declared the war. It is just ridiculous. This is what getting the gold rush event in the late campaign is like. 20,000 gold for one inflation. Holy mother. So we spent a little bit of extra admin points so we can get the next admin tech. So now we're admin tech 24, 28 years ahead of time, basically. So what that means is that we can build the counting houses. This is insanely OP. Look at this. We're literally getting 1 ducat from building the counting houses in some of our biggest production development provinces. But overall, counting houses is when your economy literally doubles. And I really mean doubles. So now, guys, I like my standard army at this point to be around 50 infantry with 36 artillery. Ideally, you want to have 44 infantry with 6 cavalry and 36 artillery. But again, I'm just lazy. I'm tired of calculating how much divided into cavalry is and stuff. So I just do this. This is my standard army, and then I split it in half. I have 25 infantry, 18 artillery, one next to the other. And before I start my war, I merge these 2 stacks if I need to actually fight another battle with another army. That's the ideal composition for 1691 when our combat width is 36, because that means only 36 units will be in the front row and the back row at any given time. And obviously you want some extra infantry and some extra cavalry for the extra padding, and the cavalry for the flanks, which deal double the amount of damage to 2 units at the same time or more, depending on the amount of cavalry that you've got. It's up to you, man, if you want to have the extra cavalry or not. It's just easier without them, honestly, because it's just such a pain to calculate all that stuff. After a mere 600 days, we managed to get the province of Aruguru also, and that means we can do the peace deal. Let's go. I'm pretty sure that I can annex the entirety of both Kiganji and Congo. Just need to make sure we occupy these provinces, because we cannot do a separate peace deal. I can only get both of these lands by getting the peace deal done through Congo. There we go. That is done. A little bit of money too. Nobody cares, as you would imagine, because there's nobody left to care in this area. These 2 natives are going to be gone in a few moments as well. I think I have underestimated the amount of ships that I need. I'm going to build 300 more light ships that we need for more trade nodes than the ones we have right now. I'm going to send to Chesapeake Bay 150 of my soldiers. Let's go ahead and add an admiral to this navy too. Yeah, I just realized I had forgotten to make a trade company out of the Barbary Coast line, since they've been Catholic for a while now. That's just a lot of wasted money because I didn't get my merchant earlier, right? And of course, this merchant's going to be assigned to the Chesapeake Bay, meaning we're transferring an extra 40 ducats from there now. Also, a little bit of a fun fact, guys. You noticing how there's less glare on my camera? Do you want to know why? So they've got a lot of light from that side, from the window, which I cannot cover, but I did like a little bit of a sunroof on the camera by putting my wallet in this kind of a shape. So whenever there's less glare, it's because my wallet's on top of the camera, making like a little bit of a tent on top of it. I'm the worst. Let's also scout around and see what else we can add to the trade company. Obviously, both of these areas we're adding to trade companies as soon as they finish coring and we finish converting them. How about this? We got 2 more provinces we need to convert here. I mean, I could manually add all of these lands to the trade company. I guess I can do that. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Time for another culture conversion session. We've made massive progress with the culture conversion. Check out this abso-freaking-lute beauty of a culture map, guys. It's been a while since we had a proper war against the Europeans too, so let's go ahead and clean up the border, shall we? We're gonna take the city of Rome, so we have the ability to form the Roman Empire, which of course we're not gonna do, okay? I promised we're not gonna form it. So I've gotten myself in quite a few wars, and waiting for the English to peace out is not very viable anymore. I'm gonna just go ahead and peace them out, because I also want to make sure my colony doesn't die out completely, and because I also want to make another colony in the New World, as such get more merchants in the process. The Louisiana company, of course, I'm talking about here. We had this company before, but for some reason it stopped existing, so we're gonna have to bring it back to life, is what I'm trying to say here. So I can take pretty much half of the New World with, it's either half the New World or London. I gotta choose one of the two. I chose half of the New World, which means now I get my merchants from Louisiana being massive. La Baguette and Louisiana also got a lot of provinces, so they should be able to handle themselves. And I also got some provinces in Canada, so I can establish a brand new colony. That's like 3 extra merchants we're getting, basically. Let's also make sure these colonies have enough money, so I'm gonna pay off their debt. And not only that, but I'm also gonna be sending them some gifts after as well. Holy mother of God, these guys had 800 in debt. That is just insane. All right, let me send them 1,000 ducats each, or maybe 2,000 each should be fine for now, I guess. Yep, there you go, 2,000 for you. Louisiana, you get 2,000 as well. And of course, let's not forget about little old Caribbean Hon Hon. And check out how powerful our units are. Since we're using the proper army composition, we're just walking over any sort of enemy armies we're encountering right now. Aber unsere Piesen Altensteiner, ja. The Frisians did manage to get quite a sizable colonial empire, so in this war, we're obviously taking all their colonies as well as everything else that we can. We're gonna let them keep the one land they've got in Panama, so instead of being called Friesland, you can call them the Panama Canal now. Holy mother of freaking rebellions. That is the most rebels I've seen in a really long time. I'm gonna need to bring an army and help these guys out, aren't I? French Canada? I think there's actually a name for the colony the French had in Canada, isn't it? I think it was called No Hablo Ingles. I'm pretty sure that's the name of that colony. Totally wasn't Quebec for whatever reason. The boys are here. Time to do the spring cleaning in the New World. Feel like us annexing the Pope completely might piss off some nations. I will take the fact that we're not going to get any papal authority to heart, and I'm just going to throw it out the window because I don't really give a schnitzel, okay? Look at this. We got 5% governing capacity from annexing them fully, and from the expand the French domain, we get an extra monarch admin skill guaranteed +1 and yearly papal influence +2 until the end of the game. That is crazy. Oh wait, no, that's if we align with the Pope. Never mind. Oh boy, we're 20 provinces over the amount we need to form the Roman Empire. Click, 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 click. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going to do it, okay? You know what else I'm not gonna do? Give back the province to the Pope. For the tier 10 government reform, it's really important you pay attention here, guys. So if you want to get governing capacity and you want to get more economy, obviously l'état c'est moi is the best option, or actually regional representation is better than that because you get minimum autonomy territories and you're likely going to have a lot of territories, so that's going to be actually better. Plus you get core creation cost reduction. But if you want to just annex a lot more stuff, war score versus other religions is the way to go. Possible policies is the worst one. Never go for that. I'm going to go for the core creation cost because I don't have that many big nations that I need extra war score versus other religions for. Maybe Poland and Russia when I start munching into that, but that's going to be in the next part of the campaign anyway. So I can just quickly change my reform whenever that happens. Holy mother of God, it's 28,000 ducats to embrace the Renaissance, but now we got even more culture conversion cost reduction. So if we wanted to, we can convert pretty much all provinces that we have for 3 diplomana. If we really want to double down on this, remember that if we do form the Roman Empire, we get another 25% culture conversion cost. So then literally everything actually is going to be for 3 mana points, right? We're not going to click that button, of course. And we're not even playing a toll campaign, but we're developing provinces for 10 to 20 mana points, guys. Like, come on. This is just insane. Let's also go ahead and convert even more provinces. Oh, I'm itching so hard. You've got no clue how hard I'm itching to click this button right now. Holy mother, I've got 21 governing capacity back from building that in Frisia. That is insane. I mean, the development in German area is just crazy as it is. Look at this. They've got almost all of their provinces around 40, 43, 38, 43 development. That's just insane, man. That's still... It is still one war? Brother, I've got so much freaking administrative efficiency that we can take the entirety of Trier, which is like, how much? 300, 400 development or something in one war? Oh my god. You know what, boys? That was Vold, baby. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's attack Yes Maximus. Oh, baby, look at that. Oh, we got coal. You know what that means, boys? It means that we can start building our furnaces. One furnace alone gives 20 freaking Dukatensteiner. Holy Schnitzeldorf. We're standing at a cool 1.64 thousand profit right now. Julie d'Aubigny. Ooh, this is a unique event the French, I guess, have. She's a Gascon Catholic commander, discipline, and 50% cheaper. Sure, not like I care about it being 50% cheaper, but why the freaking Schnitzeldorf not, right? Since we have it, might as well get it. Wow, 92 aggressive expansion, but luckily for us, there's no nations that still exist, so that aggressive expansion means absolutely diddly squat. Now, I am going to be concentrating in these areas because, as you can see, there's a frack ton of development, and I need to convert these areas to my religion, to my culture, so we're gonna need to make that a little bit cheaper, won't we? Now, boys, we got pretty much all of Africa. We got a big chunk of the New World, most of Europe, and we're starting to get into Asia. We got 120 years left, and I want to make the most of it. We will do this into a final world conquest, whether we get any likes or not. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.